Welcome all. Wonderful to have you all with us, and wonderful to have you, Judith, as our leader today. Judith gives both English and Japanese classes online. The Japanese classes are in English and Japanese. And coming up this summer on Cortes Island, she'll be offering a week-long workshop, June 22 through 29. Well, Judith, I'm just delighted that you're with us today. And we're all here ready for you whenever you feel ready to start.
Thank you, Ray. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
too. And thank you, all of you, for coming. And thank you, Liam. You made it. That's great. Wow. And today is March 22nd. I'm told it's spring. It doesn't feel like spring up here, except that tree thinks it's spring. There are blossoms already, just sort of nice. And I'm remembering last time I presented here, and it was right after the election, I think. And we were all, and I don't know about you, but I'm still, well, in a different way, really, really concerned. And in thinking, I see people are still coming on. Wonderful. Welcome to you all. And I was thinking, okay, what to do? What does today ask for? And I felt I really would like to tune in to myself, to being present, to being simple and real. Maybe we'll work on standing. And I thought, I wonder if I do that all the time here. I think I may be doing the same class over and over and over. And that reminded me of the times in Charlotte's classes, workshops, where I don't know, I don't have any here. Some of you know the very narrow stools that she had that we sat on. And I hated them. They were so painful for me to sit, to have my sit bones being right there on the wood and for so long. And every time Charlotte said, get a stool, I would think, oh, no. And we sat, and we sat, and we sat. And I have to admit that every single time we sat, as much for me, my mind said, oh, no, not again. Every time was different. So I figured if I'm still doing the same thing in this class, maybe it's okay, because every time is really different. We're really different. At least I'm really different. Oh, and I want to say something about Ray's introduction. Thank you, Ray, for being here and being the host. I don't do the workshops in Japanese anymore. It just took my sense of myself away from myself. So I'm very grateful to have a translator for both the Japanese and the Chinese, and all I have to do is translate myself, and feel. And I should warn you, I have, maybe 8 months ago, I was given a cat. And so this cat goes in and out a lot. And she really I'm her doorkeeper. And she does it about 40 times a day, 20 times out, 20 times in. And when she meows, I just go and open the door. So if you see me lean or disappear for a second, it's the cat's fault. So here we are. Spring is supposed to be here. We're still having icy rain. I'm sitting on a chair and I'm very aware of the blossoms, the plum tree behind me. I wonder what you are aware of right now. How does your sitting feel right now? And is it different from how you sat yesterday or last time you were here on this page or 5 minutes ago? How is your sitting right now? And how is your breathing right now? Was this breath that you just took different from the breath just before it? And is this next breath different from the one before? Whether or not it feels different, how do we receive that breath that comes into us? We don't have to do anything about it. How can we accept this breath? And how and where do we feel this breath? How do we feel it fully? Does your breath go down into the area where you are sitting? Maybe you feel pressure from your buttocks to your seat. And is there any breathing there? And is there any breathing that you feel from where the breath comes into you and wherever, however it goes, down through you, maybe your back, maybe your chest, all the way down to your sitting? Is there a continuity of movement that happens that might feel like the movement, the bodily movement of your breathing? And is there any connection or any movement of your breath or whatever it is for you that goes down even lower through your hips, into your legs, maybe all the way to your feet. Maybe touching the floor. So do you have any sense of breath movement in your feet? And now I invite you to make some movements and shift your weight so that you come up to standing. More weight onto your feet, changes throughout your whole body, balance, muscles. Do you feel yourself moving through the air? Was there any wind on your face as you moved to come up to standing? And how does your standing feels to you now? More pressure on your feet, less pressure on your buttocks. Where do you experience your breath, the movement of your breath now? What do you feel in your hips now that there is no longer the sitting pressure and now you have the standing space? How does that area around your hips feel to you now? Where in you now do you feel the movement of your breath? I'm guessing some in the front, your chest, your belly. How about your back? Do you experience any of the breathing in your back now as you stand here? Now. And as you feel the pressure of your weight on the floor or the earth, whatever it is, what happens as you bring both of your arms upwards slowly, so maybe you can feel the difference in movement, in weight, difference in balance. What changes occur in you now? Does the pressure in your feet feel different? Has your breathing changed? Has it become maybe larger or smaller? Or maybe you feel it in different places. Where now do you feel your breathing? How now do you feel you're standing? And now, as you allow your arms to give into gravity, to start coming downward, what happens in you? Does your sense of balance change? Does your breathing change? Does the weight on your feet change? And can you feel, or did you feel, the air through which you moved as your arms came down? And how are they now? Are they resting at your side? Maybe you're holding your arms out a little. Maybe one arm feels very different from the other. Just noticing. Noticing and experiencing. So, how do you experience your own breathing now? I see some of you coming to sitting, that's fine. Those of you who are still standing, if you want to stand like I do, that's fine, however it is for you. And I want to invite you to bring up one arm back to where it was above you, doing it slowly and noticing what changes. Sitting or standing, does your balance change? Did your breathing change? And now with one arm up and one arm down, what else are you experiencing? Is your balance different? Maybe your upness and your downness. Maybe you're leaning a little bit to one side or the other. Whatever it is. How interesting. And did we feel our hand moving through the air as we brought it back up again? And is your breathing different in your chest, one side or the other, because of your arms being different? And then when you feel ready, allowing your arm to come down, extending it outward or just following gravity and letting it come down, what happens in your chest with your breathing, in your standing or sitting? And how does your sitting or standing feel now? Do you have a sense of gravity? Is there any pull of you downward? And is there any support of you upward? Is it different one side to the other? Or maybe inside to outside? Or maybe front to back? What are you experiencing in yourself right now? And then let's take your other arm and bring it upward, however you want, going out to the side or straight up. Is this path different? Is this arm wanting to go up differently? Does it feel different? Does it bring you to feel different? Is your breathing different here? With the upness of this hand, can you still feel the downness of your feet on the floor or your buttocks on the chair, whatever it is in you that's down and up? And then there's front and back. Where do you feel your breathing? And what are the differences in you? Front, back, one side, the other. And then how do you give into gravity and let whatever that's been up in you coming down? How do you feel your downness now? And does being down feel, does that mean relaxed or supported? Or maybe you're still holding some things up. When your arms are down, can your shoulders be also down or are they up? or your jaw or your forehead. So where in you feels down and what and where in you feels up or supported, whatever it feels like to you. It's a lot of questions. So how are you right now? Both arms have gone up. Most of us are sitting. I wonder what you are aware of in your face right now. Has your face taken part of the activity that we've been involved in? As we sit here now, most of us are sitting, I think, quietly. Are you aware of any movement in your face? Any activity? Any maybe resting versus working? How do you feel in your face right now? Or how does your face feel to you right now? And if you've had your eyes open, can you allow your eyes to close to feel how your face feels with that change? And if your eyes have been closed, can you please open them and just notice what happens? Maybe something happens with that little breath, with that little change. And also, I'm thinking of our breath. Does our breathing change anything in our face, in our eyes, in our experiences of ourselves and everything else? So, what is pulling you down that we call gravity? Do you feel any of that pull down? What is supporting us upward? Whatever we call that. Can you feel that support upward? And what do we experience all around us? The support. Is it air? Is it balance? Is it muscular? Is it energetic? If you lean just a little bit to one side, feeling what happens, maybe in your throat, maybe in your shoulders, in your belly. And then coming back to what we consider balanced or centered, what changes? Are we changed? Or are we the same? And then how about going to the other side? Just a little bit. What changes in us there? Is our breath affected? What happens in our neck? Maybe in the muscles in our cheeks. And then letting that go, how do we come back to center, wherever that is for you, whatever it feels like for you? How do you know that that's centered? How does being centered feel to you right now? When we shifted, lean to one side and the other, did you feel the movement or the change in pressure in your buttocks or your thighs or your feet or your eyes? Let's do it again. Just a little bit to that side. It may be changes along your torso, underneath your arm. It may be a tightening in your belly or your jaw. And then what happens when you let go and come back to what we feel is centered? Or maybe not we feel, maybe our structure is telling us that. And then leading to the other side. The same as before we went to that side? Different? How? And allowing us to come back to center, or wherever it feels, and we feel gravity keeping us in balance, hopefully. So right now in this moment, can you feel your connection to whatever is supporting you? Chair, couch, bed, floor, whatever. And the air around us also supporting in a different way, different places. And then I invite you to take your hands and the palms of your hands, bring them to your face, probably cheeks, over your eyes or not, seeing or not, whatever it is, a touch of your own hands touching your own face. Does this touch affect you in any way? Maybe the temperature of your hands on your face. Maybe your arms being up. Are your shoulders up, or can they still rest and not be involved? Or maybe they need to be involved. Does touching your face with your own hands affect your breathing in any way? Did it affect your sitting in any way? Or lying, whatever, however you are now? Did touching your face change anything in you? And most of you have two hands, which is what I'm doing too. Does one hand feel like the other, or is it different? Is your touch one hand to the other, or one side of your face to the other? Is it different? Is your breathing different? Is your connection with your support different? And now, when you are ready, just allowing your hands to come away. How does your face feel now? How do your hands feel now? How do you feel now? And then I invite you to anywhere you want, touch yourself with your hands. Maybe the top of your head, maybe your chest, the back of your head, wherever you want to. How do you want to make contact with this hand and the other hand, one or both? And making contact with yourself, can you still maintain the contact with gravity, with what you're being supported by, with whatever is around you? With whatever is in you? With what's happening inside your mouth, as well as in your lower back or on your feet. And especially in your touch. Giving and receiving your touch. Giving and receiving to yourself, from yourself. And I'm going to just bring my hands, palms together, and thank you for being here with this session. And if anyone would like to share anything, say anything, I would be thrilled to hear.